If you have just bought a Trezor Safe 3, the setup is straightforward. But there are a few steps you really do not want to get wrong, especially your seed phrase and your first Bitcoin transfer. I am going to walk through the entire setup with you, step by step. I'm Sats, and today we're making your Trezor Safe 3 setup actually make sense. Let's keep it simple. Before we start, one thing worth saying clearly. Always buy your Trezor directly from Trezor.io or an authorized reseller. Never buy a hardware wallet secondhand or from an unverified seller. A compromised device could appear to function normally while exposing your private keys. The small saving is not worth the risk. Also check the packaging when it arrives. Trezor ships devices with holographic seals. If the packaging looks tampered with, do not use the device. Contact Trezor support. Step 1. Unbox and inspect. Inside the Trezor Safe. 3 box you will find the device itself, a USB-C cable, 2 recovery seed cards for writing down your seed phrase, and some basic documentation. The device has a small color touchscreen and 2 physical buttons on the sides. Familiarize yourself with these before you connect anything. Step 2. Download Trezor Suite. Go to trezor.io/trezor-suite directly in your browser. Download the Trezor Suite desktop application for your operating system. Trezor Suite is the software interface you will use to manage your wallet, view balances, and send and receive Bitcoin. Install and open Trezor Suite. Step 3. Connect the device and install firmware. Connect your Trezor Safe 3 to your computer using the USB-C cable. Trezor Suite will detect the device and prompt you to install firmware. New Trezor devices ship without firmware installed intentionally. This is a security measure that allows you to verify the firmware is being installed directly from Trezor rather than preloaded by anyone in the supply chain. Follow the on-screen prompts to install the firmware. The device will restart during this process. This is normal. Step 4. Create a new wallet. Once firmware is installed, Trezor Suite will ask whether you want to create a new wallet or recover an existing one. Select Create New Wallet. The device will ask you to set a PIN. Choose a PIN you will remember, but that is not obvious. The Trezor Safe 3 uses a touchscreen for PIN entry, which shuffles the number positions each time, making it harder for anyone watching to observe your PIN. Step 5. Back up your seed phrase. This is the step I want you to slow down for. Getting it wrong here can create a much bigger problem later. Trezor Suite will prompt you to back up your recovery seed. The device will display your seed phrase one word at a time on its screen. Write each word down on the recovery seed card provided in the exact order shown, all 12 words, in order. Trezor Safe 3 uses a 12-word seed phrase by default. Some users prefer 24 words for additional security. If you want 24 words, this option is available in the advanced settings before you generate the seed. Write clearly. Double-check each word before moving to the next. Do not photograph the seed phrase. Do not type it into your phone or computer. Write it on paper and store it somewhere secure and offline. After writing down all 12 words, Trezor Suite will ask you to verify the seed phrase by selecting words in a specific order on the device. This confirms you have written it down correctly. Take this step seriously. Step 6. Add a Bitcoin account. There is a security check here I do not want you to skip. Once setup is complete, Trezor Suite will prompt you to add accounts. Select Bitcoin. Trezor Suite will generate your Bitcoin wallet and display your account overview. You will see your receiving address in the account section. Before using this address, click the Show on Trezor option to verify the address on the device screen itself. The address shown on the device is the address the device has generated. The address shown on your computer could theoretically be altered by malware. Always verify on the device. Step 7. Receive your first Bitcoin. To receive Bitcoin, navigate to your Bitcoin account in Trezor Suite and click Receive. Generate a receiving address and verify it on the device screen as described above. Share or copy this address to the sender. For your first transfer, send a small test amount. Confirm it arrives in Trezor Suite. You have now completed the core setup. If this is the kind of honest Bitcoin walkthrough you are looking for, the subscribe button is right there. And then proceed with transferring your full amount once the test is confirmed. Step 8. Send Bitcoin. Before you send anything significant, there is one final check worth making. To send Bitcoin, click Send in your Bitcoin account. Enter the recipient address. Double-check it. Enter the amount, review the fee. Click Send. Trezor Suite will prepare the transaction and display it on the device screen for confirmation. Verify the recipient address and amount on the device screen before pressing the Confirm button. The physical button pressed on the device is what signs the transaction. Your private key never leaves the device. A few things worth knowing about the Trezor Safe 3 specifically. Open source firmware. Trezor's firmware is fully open source, meaning the code is publicly available for inspection by anyone. This is a meaningful security feature for people who want maximum transparency about what their device is doing. Ledger's firmware is not fully open source by comparison. Passphrase feature. Trezor supports an optional passphrase, sometimes called the 25th word. This adds an additional layer of security on top of your seed phrase. If someone finds your seed phrase, they still cannot access your Bitcoin without the passphrase. This feature is worth understanding but should be used carefully. If you forget the passphrase, the Bitcoin in that wallet is not recoverable. Do not enable it without a clear plan for how you will store and remember it. Shamir backup. Trezor Safe. 3 supports Shamir backup, an advanced feature that splits your recovery seed into multiple shares, any defined number of which are required to recover the wallet. For example, 3 shares where any 2 are sufficient to recover. This can be useful for advanced users who want to distribute their backup across multiple locations. It is not necessary for beginners, but worth knowing it exists. Connection. The Trezor Safe 3 connects via USB-C and does not use Bluetooth. All interaction with the device happens through a direct wired connection to your computer. What to do if the device stops working or is lost? Your seed phrase is the recovery credential that allows you to restore the wallet on any compatible device. If the Trezor is lost, damaged, or stops working, order a new hardware wallet. Choose the Recover from Seed Phrase option during setup, and enter your seed phrase words in order. Your full wallet, addresses, and Bitcoin balance will be restored exactly as they were. The device is replaceable, the seed phrase is not. Let's bring it together. 8 steps to a working Trezor Safe 3 setup. Buy directly from Trezor.io. Check the packaging on arrival. Download Trezor Suite. Connect and install firmware. Create a new wallet and set your PIN. Back up your seed phrase on paper in order, offline. Add a Bitcoin account and verify the receiving address on the device screen. Test with a small amount before transferring everything. The open source firmware, passphrase feature, and Shamir backup are worth knowing about. The passphrase in particular should not be enabled without a clear plan for how you will remember and store it. The seed phrase is everything. Now store it safely, separately from the device, and tell someone you trust where to find it. Once your Trezor is set up, the most important next step is understanding how to use it day to day. Receiving, sending, and checking your balance without connecting the device, and what to do when firmware updates appear. The video on using a hardware wallet day to day covers all of that. Watch that next. Stack smart, stay curious. See you in the next stack.